Welcome to Live Daf, your online Daf Yomi Shir.
Shalom Aleichem, and welcome back to the last and final Daf of Maseches CHAGGIGA, Daf Chav Zayin. We were holding right on top of the Amid. Let's just refer back for a moment to our Mishnah, where we learned that the Amya Eretz would be warned against touching the Shulchan, for concern that they might be matame the Shulchan, but the question was, Shulchan is made of wood, a wooden kli, which is asay lanachas, which is meant to remain in position. An immobile kliyet is not matame. So why would the Shulchan be a concern? In any case, even if they touch it, it's not mekabel tumah. Says the Gemara, well, they used to actually pick it up and display it to the Oile Regal, and look how fresh and warm the Lechem Apanim is throughout the week. This was a show of dearness, a chavivus, between Hashem and Klal Yisrael. We have constant energy flowing, we have a warm relationship. And therefore it's no longer considered a kliyetz asal nachas. It's mobile, it's transportable, it's mekabel tumah. Why do we need that reason? In any case, it's not a kliyetz to begin with, it's coated with gold, and the coating is what determines, the plating is what determines the status and category of the kli. After all, that's what you're using the outer surface, which is now gold, metallic. Says the Gemara, so the last three words of the Chavav and Beis, Elo shani shulchan derachmana karyaetz. Typically, coating, plating is what sets the tone, but the shulchan, the Torah itself, the pasuk calls it eitz, granting it special chashivas, granting the wood element within it special prominence, and it is labeled and categorized as such. It's a kliyetz. Dichsiv hamizbeach eitz. Mizbeach was made of wood. Shalish amos gavoya 3 amos high. Va'orka ishtayim amos 2 amos long. Umuktzaisav lei va'orka v'kiroisav eitz. All elements of the mizbeach, the miktzais, the legs and the length and the sideboard, everything was eitz. Vayidaber elai. Zeh hashulchan asher lefnei Hashem. So this is meant to be the shulchan. Shulchan, we just said mizbeach. Pasach b'mizbeach v'siyim b'shulchan. Yecheskel starts speaking about a mizbeach, and then he describes it as a shulchan. Two different things. Rabbi Yehuda, Rish Lakish, De Amri Tavayo, they both explain as follows. The pasuk here is teaching us a profound lesson. Bizman shebeis hamikdash kayim, during the mikdash, mizbeach mechaper al adam. The mizbeach and the karbanis which were brought on the mizbeach and mechaper on a person. What do we do today? We have no mizbeach. Achshav, nowadays, shulchan shel adam mechaper alav, one's table upon which he eats. That brings about kapara. There are 3 pshatim in the Mfarshim. Rashi says, b'achnasas orchem, because you invite people over. Of course, by adding divrei Torah as well. This is a Mishnah in Avos, right? That the Suda that encompasses divrei Torah, that elevates the experience, it makes it like a carbon. And others learn very simply the eating itself. If it's l'shem shemayim, it's like a carbon, because you're taking the gashmis material of that food and elevating it, making it kadosh, bringing it up to Hashem, because it's there to serve Hashem as well, and therefore it is tantamount to a carbon. And that was the message put forth in this pasuk. We start with mizbeach. During the Mikdash we had a mizbeach, but nowadays it's been transformed, it's been sort of relocated, and our shulchan takes place of the mizbeach. And by the way, that's where the concept of not sitting on a table, shulchan is a mizbeach. They bring it from, I think, the Arizal, and they're meant to kill an insect on one's table because of this reason, has a din of a mizbeach. So all that came in the Mikdash, yesh lem shnim, they had backups, they had double backups, shnim ushlishim, just in case one becomes tummy. The Mishnah concluded that all the kelim in the Mikdash are susceptible to tumah, they are makabel tumah, except for 2, mizbeach hazav and mizbeach hanachoshes. So the 2 mizbeachas, the interior one, the exterior one, they're not going to be makabel tumah kol Rabbi. Why? Mizbeach hanachoshes dechsiv mizbeach adama tasali. Although it was made of copper, but it was filled with earth, and the Torah calls it adama. Once the Torah labels it as a mizbeach adama, it has the din of adama, and adama is not makabel tumah. Karka, earth, is not makabel tumah. What about the mizbeach hazav, which was really just a golden utensil? Because the pasuk says, "Dichsiv ha'menorah ve'hamizbachos." We sort of connect all the mizbeachos to one another. Iskrish Mizbecha Zelazah, we connected to Mizbecha, just like the outer Mizbecha had a din of Adama, it's not Makabal Tumah, likewise the inner Mizbecha. This is Rabbi Elazar's opinion. Chacham responded with 3 words, which are cryptic words. Chacham Mipnei Shein Mitzupen. What is that meant to be? Because they were coated, because they were gold plated, they're not Makabal Tumah. If anything, it's the other way around. Adarabba. You see, if it's a wooden kli, then perhaps there's room to think it's exempted from tumah because it's a stationary kli. It's stuck in place. It's kli eitz ashel nachas. But if it's plated, if it's mitzupa with gold, it has a din like a metallic utensil, which would become tumah even if it's lenachas. So why would sipui be a reason for tahara? If anything, it's a reason for tumah. It's a golden kli. It's a metallic utensil, which is makabel tumah, irrespective of its position and permanence. Adarabba, kivan the mitzupa, because they're coated mitamud, that's reason for tumah, not for tahara. What do they mean, the chachamim? We'll explain like this. They're disagreeing. You're right. They're coming to be choylek on Rabbi Elazar. You say it's tar based on the pasuk. V'chachamim mitamen mipnei shein mitzupin. They don't work with the pasuk, with the hekesh. Just the opposite. If it would be a kli eitz, then it's permanently stuck in place. It's kli eitz asal nachatz. It's not makabel tumah. But because it's coated and plated, it has now been relabeled, recategorized as a kli mateches, which is tamei, regardless of the fact that it's stuck in place. So according to this version of the Gemara, there's machlekes here regarding the mizbeches. According to Rabbi Elazar, the mizbeches are tar. According to Chachamim, they're tamei. V'ba yisem another pshat. They're not being choylek on the halacha. They're agreeing with the halacha. Of course, it's tar, but for a different reason. They're arguing on the makkah and the reason you're coming from a pasuk. Otherwise, it would seem like you would be matame these things. No, they're tahir regardless. You know why? Because they're made of wood, and even if they're coated, well, the Torah calls it kli eitz, as we just had in the pasuk. Mizbeach eitz, a shulchan is eitz. Right. So the mizbeachas are considered wooden utensils, despite the fact that they were covered. The Torah apparently gives special prominence to its interior content, to its wood material. Another pshat, Rabbanan, the Rabbi Elazar Ka'amri, they were relating to Rabbi Elazar. Look, my daitach, why are you looking for a pasuk to present as the reason why the mizbeach is tar? Mishum de betzupin, because otherwise you would say, despite the fact that it's stuck in place, it would be tummy because it's no longer a kli eitz, it's covered with gold. We treat it like a kli mateches. That's why we need a pasuk to say, no, Torah treats it as adama and it's tar. That's not a concern. Mivtal batal tzipuyin legabayu. The coating is batal to its content, to its wood content. Why? Because the Torah considers it a wooden kli, a mizbeach eitz. So it's batal, meaning we don't reckon with the exterior shell. We look at the wood content of this kli. And once it's a wooden kli, we go back to that halacha. Kli eitz asur nachas. Once it's meant to stay in position, it's not makabel tumah. Okay, so the bottom line is, we have 2 ways to learn the Mishnah. Everything in the Mikdash would require tefillah, is susceptible to tumah, except for mizbeach hazav and mizbeach nechoshes. According to Rabbi Elazar, because we treat them like karka based on this pasuk. Rabbanan come back and say like this. According to version 1, they are disagreeing. They don't follow the drasha, just the opposite. They hold that it's coated with gold, and we treat it like a metal kli, and it's makabel tumah, irrespective of the fact that it's stuck in position. Because a metal kli does not have that precondition. Any metal kli is tummy. Whereas according to the second version of the Gemara, they agree in halacha. It's tar, but for a different reason. The reason why the mizbeach is tar is because the Torah considers it a kli eitz, as we find in the pasuk, and therefore we don't have to reckon with the coating which is metal. And once it's a kli eitz, since it's meant to stay in position, kli eitz asur l'nachas is not makabel tumah. No, so once we're on the topic of the Mizbeach Azov, Mizbeach HaNachoshes, Amar Ravo, Amar Belazar. Talmidei Chachamim, Ein Ur Shal Gehinnom Sheletes Behen. The fire of Gehenna will not devour the Talmud Chacham. How do we know this? Kal v'chomer b'salamandra. We learn a kal v'chomer from this creature called salamandra. Rashi says like this. It's 5 lines from the bottom. Salamandra is a special creature, a chaya, hanivreis mina ur. It's actually created from fire. K'shebayrin eish b'mokem echad sheva shonim, tamid b'li hefsek. If you have a fire burning in one spot for 7 years straight, you'll end up with this salamandra creature crawling out. Yesterday my son suggested that we try it. Okay, so I'll let you know in 7 years what happens. So in any case, this salamandra provides the basis for our concept, for our lesson of the Talmud Chacham. Kal v'chomer b'salamandra. Umal salamandra shetodas eishi. This creature which is produced by fire, it forms a protection. It insulates a person from fire. Hasach medama, one who smears its blood on himself. Ein ur sheletes boy, who will be protected, is insulated from all fire. In fact, actually, we had a story back in the time of Chizkiah. So his father wanted to give him over to the desert to burn him, and his mother coated him with this insulator, this fire retardant material, this salamandra juice, and he was saved. So this is an interesting phenomenon that the thing created from fire sort of repels fire. Talmid Chachamim, Shekol Guf and Eish, certainly Talmid Chacham who are totally imbued and permeated with the fire of Torah, spiritual fire, certainly they'll be protected. That fire, that spiritual fire, repels the fire of Gehenna. Amrish Lakish, in similar vein, any Yid is protected, ultimately is protected from being devoured by Gehenna. Ein Ur Shal Gehenna Sheletes V'Poshi Yisrael, even the most severe sinners in Yisrael, they're not going to be completely consumed by Gehenna. Of course, they're somewhat affected, as Taisus in Erev and Yutes points out. The Talmud Chacham is completely protected, but the Poshi Yisrael, they'll have to go through some sort of process of Gehenna, but ultimately they come out on top. Kal v'chomer Mizbeach Hazov. This is learned from Mizbeach Hazov. Ma Mizbeach Hazov she'ein olav el ka'evi dinar zav kama shanim ein ha'ur sheletes boy. Look at the Mizbeach Hazov. It was a wooden structure coated with a thin layer of gold. Ka'evi dinar zav, just a gold, the thickness of a coin, right? And kama shanim is going on for many years, and fires and fires. Ein ha'ur sheletes boy, the fire would not consume it; it stayed whole and intact. Poishi Yisrael, certainly the sinners of Yisrael, Shemalein mitzvahs karim, they're filled with mitzvahs like the pits of a rimain. Rav Harshim say this is like the gold over the combustible and susceptible wood. Right? Wood is certainly flammable, but it's coated with this thin layer of repellent, of this gold. A Poishi Yisrael, although perhaps he's deserving of Gehenna, but he's coated with Torah mitzvahs that form that protection around him. Certainly, ultimately, he'll survive the process, he'll come out on top. T'chsiv kepelach hariman rakasach, and we learn al tikir rakasach instead of rakasach, referring to a temple. Ella, like rekasach. Ella rekanin shabach, that the rekanin are malayan mitzvahs karimoin, as the Mepharshim bring the Gersa. So rekanin shafila rekanin shabach malayan mitzvahs karimoin. Even the empty ones amongst us are still filled with mitzvahs. Which Jew doesn't do mitzvahs? And achas kama v'kama, certainly, all those mitzvahs form a protective envelope around the person. Ultimately, he'll survive the Gehenna process and come out on top. Hadran lach chaymer b'kodesh uslikala maseches CHAGGIGA hadran lach seder mayid. It was really an honor and a privilege, a schus, to learn together this Masechta, which discussed Yom Tovim, Tumah and Tahara. And we should be Zoche, Be'ezus Hashem, B'karev, to meet each other in Yerushalayim, Al Asvachim, Al Absachim, bring our Oilas CHAGGIGA, Oilas Re'iyah, Shalmi CHAGGIGA, Ki Ish Echad Chaverim, Mashiach Tzidkenu, B'hira B'yameinu Amen. So we'll meet right around the corner, B'seches Yivomis, Be'ezus Hashem. All the best to you, and much Hatzlach.
soy satoyro hilanu was the yoro oh zvidayro no gilno sis the soy satoyro hilanu was the yoro I know you know sis the soy satoyro hilanu was the yoro oh zvidayro no gilno sis the soy satoyro hilanu was the yoro No, you know what is the